back to another episode of All Things Ghostly. My name is Abbie, if I've not met you before, and if you are a second or third or 50th time listener, well, actually that wouldn't be possible because I think I only have like 25 episodes, but anywho, if you're a normal listener, hello, welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. So today's topic I'm very excited about because this is super interesting to me. Obviously I'm into like haunted hotels and haunted locations as it is, but today we are going to be discussing some haunted houses that are actually for sale that like anybody could buy today. I mean, theoretically. And this is very interesting to me because, again, these are places that you can actually buy to own. And it's super shocking as to, A, why somebody hasn't bought them yet in my mind. Like, I feel like haunted locations, people like dive at nowadays, especially for like, you know, giving tours and stuff like that and making money off of them. So I'm interested to see if there are any houses in here that has something so bad that has happened paranormally that makes like everybody avoid it like the plague in terms of buying it. So I'm super interested to hear the stories of all of these places. And I hope you guys are excited as well, because who doesn't love a good haunted house? I mean, come on now. So I think that this topic needs no further ado. I'm so excited to just get right on into it. I know I've said I'm so excited like 50 times now, but this is a video I've been wanting, or an episode that I've been wanting to do for a while. Because again, this is just so interesting to me that I could like literally buy this if I wanted to and just have a little haunted home. I love that idea. Does anybody else? Let me know. Anywho, okay, so we are going to start off with the first house. Now, I am going to be linking all the articles that I used today in the description box or the show notes if you're listening. And you can find them there, but this one is by loveproperty.com if you're interested, and it is called 6 Real Haunted Homes for Sale, Ghosts Included, which I love. I love that little sassy spin on the end there. So the first one is actually a hotel. It is called the Haunted Wisconsin Hotel, and it says what may look like a rather ordinary residence from the outside is actually a hotel plagued with supernatural occurrences. This guest house is located in historic Humbird, Wisconsin, and was once the focus of a local ghost hunting investigation after multiple reports from owners and guests of paranormal activities. So what lurks behind that unassuming facade? And then it just says like click or scroll if you're interested, which I am. So let's go on the journey together. So this hotel is actually called the Humbird Hotel Bar and Grill. I hope I'm saying Humbird right. It's literally just how it's spelled. So I hope I'm not saying it weird, but anywho, it says the Humbird Hotel Bar and Grill dates back to 1869, and once inside, the atmospheric interiors take hold with chandeliers providing low lighting across numerous antique framed portraits and dark painted walls. The property hosts a bar, 6 hotel rooms, and its own residential quarters spanning 1,800 square feet. So obviously, this article is going to provide a lot about the actual property itself as well as the paranormal stuff. So I hope that doesn't bore you guys too much. I feel like that's, obviously super interesting as well to see like how it's laid out and, how like if there's any history about how it's made. But definitely we are going to get to the ghost quite quickly as well. So just stay with me. For just $279,900, the 5,500 square foot hotel could be all yours. And the ghost, that is. Bonub of Bonub Realty, again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, spoke to Realtor about an experience the current bar owners had. They were sitting in the bar and there was this hanging light and it started to move when they were sitting below it. One person got up and stopped it from moving and said he could feel the force of somebody pulling it. So he sat down and it just continued to spin. Very spooky, and I agree with that statement. That is very spooky. But that's not all. The supernatural investigators of Minnesota have rather bravely visited the hotel on numerous occasions. Could not be me. It's a one and done type thing. If I ever go to paranormal spots, it's a one and done because you take a chance on these ghosts like attaching to you. Anywho, but they take tracking equipment and they have recorded some ghostly goings on. According to Realtor, a video from last year shows evidence of spirits roaming the halls, including a nurse carrying a tray, which could be linked to smallpox patients who died in the building. It's always history related. I mean, again, all these people who died so tragically from like wars and sicknesses and, whatever else was going on back then, they lurk, babe. They're not going anywhere. They said, listen, y'all gonna kill me with smallpox? I'm gonna stay around and play a little. In another room, multiple guests have reported a male spirit that watches over people while child entities have been seen in other rooms. The so-called pink room apparently hosts more than just rose-colored decor, but also an unidentified creature that crawls down the walls. I don't like that. Not sure we're very keen on staying in that room. Yeah, I would not be either. It shows, this is why I always say for you guys to check out the articles as well, because it shows pictures of the rooms that it's talking about. And that is a very eerie sight to see in my head. Somebody crawling down the walls. Ugh, disgusting. The main floor is currently being used as a bar and restaurant, while the hotel rooms and living quarters reside on the top floors. There is no mention of the bar and restaurant being haunted, but the sale will come complete with the liquor license, bar items, furnishings, and fixtures. Ooh, we love a little steal. We'd need a stiff drink after staying here. Yeah, probably. If that doesn't pull, I just noticed, sorry, I say a lot. I notice that so much when I'm editing these episodes, so I apologize, but I can't promise that I'll stop. Anywho, if that doesn't put you off, the property does come in need of repairs, as the current owners were in the process of renovations, but were unfortunately unable to complete the project. I wonder why. Did the ghosties get to them? Interesting. Still on the market at $279,900. We're curious to see who snaps it up and whether they can handle their uninvited guests. The spooky Minnesota hotel isn't the only paranormal property on the market. These haunted homes from across the world are also up for grabs right now, and they're packed full of unexpected goings-on, creepy interiors, and things that go bump in the night. I love when people say that, when things go bump in the night. Anywho, are you brave enough to take one of them on? No, but I wish I could be. So the next house is called the Enslin House, and it is in New York, and it is going for $413,111. These prices are a mouthful. I'm sorry about it. How about this next poltergeist populated property in the heart of Westchester County, New York? Built in 1929, the so-called elegant, warm, and inviting abode, as per the listing, is perhaps anything but once you step inside the porch of Enslin House. According to Realtor, the current owner, an intuitive alchemist named Michelle Bell, claims that her 4-bedroom residence plays host to no less than 9 ghosts and a gangster called John T. Legs Diamond. Love that for him. Making a feature of its paranormal entities, there's a well-placed boo sign that sits at the foot of the decorative wallpapered staircase. Love that. The New York abode has been in Michelle's family for 6 generations and was once the home of a supper club that the gangster ghost Legs was a member of. With ornate tin ceilings, Florentine doors, and hardwood floors, the house maintains many of its original features. The 4-bedroom home also has 4 original custom-designed iron fireplaces, 2 galley kitchens, which I'm not sure what that is, and a brand new roof as per the listing. According to Realtor, much of the paranormal goings-on occur in the basement, so you might want to keep that locked So you might want to keep that locked should you decide to take on the supernatural pad. I'm dead. Just lock the ghost down in the basement. That'll work, because they definitely can't go through walls, right? The well-maintained family home is found in a commercial zone area, meaning potential new owners could transform the historic house into a restaurant, coffee house, or perhaps a ghost-themed cafe, which I would die. I would go to that every day, all day. I love the sound of that. The possibilities in afterlife are endless. Then we have the Priestley House in Mississippi, and it is going for $938,000 even, which makes it easier for me to say. This 4-bedroom property in Canton, Mississippi looks just like any other luxury home with its sweeping staircases and grand facade. But if you delve a little deeper, you'll discover a seriously spooky history. We love that here. I know I say I love everything, but I do. We're talking about ghosts, so of course I'm going to love everything. But we love a spooky history, for sure. Built by Dr. James Priestley in 1852, the property has experienced some strange goings-on. This article loves the phrase goings-on. Since the doctor and his wife died in the early 1900s during an epidemic of yellow fever, another illness coming at you, it's become a decidedly haunting dwelling. The most recent owners have reported paranormal activity occurring in the spooky doctor's house and insist they saw the ghost of Susan Priestley in the bedroom where she died. Others in the neighborhood are said to have seen her figure standing at the windows. Ooh, that is creepy. Like in the movies when like you see a little kid walking by a house and then they look up at the window and then there's just like a creepy figure. Hate that. Owners have also witnessed a piano playing on its own and candles falling out of their holders. That is a fire hazard, and I would be scared every single day about that. Like, this is a way for sure that a ghost could kill you. Like, just knocking over a candle and then the whole place goes up in flames. So sad. It's been said that Susan Priestley got so attached to the home after her husband died that she just didn't want to leave. Oh, that's so sad. The haunted house is currently up for sale for $938,000 with Keller Williams and comes with plenty of plus points for those brave enough to see past the home's history. Spanning 5,252 square feet, the spine-chilling residence comes complete with 4 bathrooms, an attractive library, a formal dining room, a music room, a parlor, an office, a sleeping porch, and a swimming pool. Wow, that is a lot of features. All said to be in peak condition. This next one might be my favorite on the list. Again, I didn't like deep dive in these articles. I like to have my raw reaction. But this house is so beautiful, and it's probably going to be the house I use in the thumbnail, and it is called the Kate Shepherd House in Alabama, and it's on the market for $995,000. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, the Kate Shepherd House in Mobile, Alabama dates back to 1897. The remarkable Queen Anne home features exquisite yellow and green paintwork, stained glass, ornate pediments, I don't know what that is, and turrets, again, don't know what that is, across its facade, but it's the home's eerie history that's intriguing prospective buyers. Now on the market for $995,000 with Keller Williams, which I guess is like a realtor. This isn't quite the idyllic dollhouse it appears, which it definitely does look like a dollhouse from the outside. Again, it's just so beautiful to me. Once a schoolhouse back in the 20th century, that is so cute that it was a schoolhouse. I love that. It's been run as a successful B&B for more than 18 years, with visitors traveling far and wide to spend a weekend in the historic home. Encompassing 4,200 square feet along with 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, there's plenty of space to accommodate guests, though not all are invited. Seemingly little has changed over the years in this regal living room with its sash windows and carved wooden hearths around. The home's current resident, Wendy James, who has owned the property for 18 years, told local TV station WKRG News 5 that she and her husband shared the house with a spectral visitor. Over the years, several guests have asked about the little girl running around the hallways, though no such child lives in the house. Aw, I always feel bad when I hear about child ghosts because that means that they died as a kid, so it just makes me sad. Theories abound as to who the little girl might be. Kate Shepherd, the home's namesake, ran a school from the house for some 30 or 40 years until her passing in 1952, so perhaps the ghost could be a former student. Guests staying in Kate's sister Isabel's room have also reported seeing the apparitions. Isabel passed away in the house, but maybe she wasn't quite ready to leave. Whatever the case, these ghostly visitors are said to be benevolent guests, so there's not much cause for concern. Oh, at least they're nice. They're so cute to me. The beautifully preserved home is just as impeccable outside, definitely. Again, guys, I'm most likely going to be using this in the thumbnail. It is so gorgeous. It looks like a nice lilac lavender color with like these bright Kelly green like trimmings on the windows. It's just so stunning to me, with its expansive porches and 1/3 of an acre of landscape grounds. However, a further secret was recently uncovered in the home's eaves. The discovery of the McRae papers in the attic, a collection of rare Civil War documents, wow, drew international attention and even led to a feature on HGTV's If Walls Could Talk. How's that for a home with history? No, for real, that is crazy. Like documents that nobody knew existed, that is mind-blowing. Next up is the Carlisle Martin House in Alabama as well, and it is going for $1.1 million, so she's a little chunk of change. Built in 1858 for wealthy cotton trader Edward Kenworthy Carlisle, this 4-bedroom manse, is that like a short word for mansion? I've never seen that before, but I'm not well versed in the housing world, but it literally just says manse, like M-A-N-S-E. Is this something I should know? But anywho, it's described as one of the best preserved examples of Italian village-style architecture, according to the listing. On the market for $1.1 million, this attractive abode could be yours, but be warned that it does come with a spooky story or two. Added as a National Historic Landmark in 2004, the imposing abode features original cross halls with 3 separate stairways, I don't know why I said stairways, stairways, 3 wide halls, and 2 tower rooms on the 3rd and 4th floors. The property can also be found in Catherine Tucker Wenham's, 1969 children's book of ghost stories, 13 Alabama Ghosts, and Jeffrey. I want to know who Jeffrey is. The 8-bedroom, 4-bathroom manse. Again, I need to know what this word is. I'm going to pause and look it up. Okay, we found our answers. So manse is a house occupied by a minister of a Presbyterian church. So that's what that is. So the 8-bedroom, 4-bathroom manse, we love adding new words to our vocabulary, spans 7,959 square foot of living space, adorned in elaborate decor throughout. Rich textures and colors proliferate each room, lit via chandeliers, fireplace, and original arched windows. I don't know why I said arched. One story reports how the owner's daughter, Anne Carlisle, grew up in the hall, and her favorite place was the 4-story square tower. In love with a neighboring soldier. Oh, stop. I love the little romance. And upon hearing he had died at battle in the Civil War. You had to crush my soul that quickly. She reportedly threw herself from the stairwell in the hall 3 floors below. Okay, that took a very dark twist very, very quickly. Tragically, by the time her father arrived at her side, she was dead. Some say her cries can still be heard in the tower. I would not be shocked by that. That is absolutely tragic. But it's not all spooky tales. The unique historic residence is also a functioning Arabian house farm, according to the listing, with 19 acres of land to roam. For prospective owners who are brave enough to live with a mourning ghoul in one tower, Kennyworth Hall, aka Carlisle Martin House, is still for sale with Keller Williams Realty. Alright, moving on from that, we have Earlshall Castle. Maybe. It's in Fife, UK, which I'm pretty sure it's Fife, not Fife, but I could be wrong. And this one goes, get ready for it, for $9.2 million. Who is buying that? Maybe that's why these houses aren't being bought, because they're so expensive. Set on 34 acres of land, Earlshall Castle, I really hope I'm saying that right, in the Fife region of Scotland, is an exceptional historic property. It's believed to have taken its name from the site of a hunting lodge which was once owned by the ancient Earls of Fife, relatives of Robert the Bruce, King of Scotland. The fairy tale castle is reportedly haunted by Sir William Bruce, or one of his descendants, Andrew Bruce. A phantom figure is frequently seen in the bedroom formerly used by Andrew Bruce, and heavy footsteps are often heard on the staircase. However, that's not the only ghostly figure that's been seen floating about. There have also been sightings of a servant girl and another figure who patrols the spiral staircases at night. Constructed in 1546, the property boasts 10 bedrooms, that is a lot, 2 dressing rooms, and 6 bathrooms. Despite its grim history, Earlshall Castle is undoubtedly one of the UK's most spectacular private homes. The 8,398 square foot manor has no end of space for a large family to stretch out, including 8 grand reception rooms, 3 cottages, and even its own woodland and magnificent walled garden. If you think you can handle the occasional ghost sighting, you could be the proud owner of one of the best kept 16th century houses in Scotland. Wooden beams, original fireplaces, timber wainscoting, again, don't know what that is, and dramatic topiary gardens included. Earlshall Castle is currently available with Savills at a spooky, literally $9.2 million, which is just insane to me. Although we are talking about a castle here, so are we really shocked? It's like 10 bedrooms. It's got so many things I can't even say it in one breath. Magnificent walled gardens and cottages, 3 cottages actually. So it is a bang for your buck, but still quite a large buck. All right, so we're moving to a different article now, and this one is rockethomes.com. If you're curious, and the first home up for sale from this one is called the Las Feliz Murder House, so very intriguing. On December 6th of 1959, cardiologist Harold Perelson, not sure, murdered his wife with a hammer, so I don't even need to pronounce your name right because you're a jackass. Then killed himself in their beautiful Spanish revival home in Las Feliz, California. After the infamous murder-suicide, the home was sold but never lived in. In fact, the interior wasn't cleaned out for years following the incident, preserving that night in time and adding to the home's creepy aesthetic. Yeah, that is very, very creepy, actually, because I will say, this weekend when I was at my family's house for Easter, they live in like kind of more of a like country-ish place, which couldn't be me. I'm a city girl. Anywho, but down their street at the top of the like street there is an abandoned house that this woman, I guess, like unexpectedly died in, and all of her things are still in there. So my niece, my younger niece, she's like 14, she took me up there, and all of her like little groceries were still on the counter, all of her tables. There was even like a little like pink Build-A-Bear like teddy bear laying on her living room floor, and we were just looking through the windows. We obviously didn't go in, but nobody's doing anything about it. So again, that is just so creepy, seeing, again, like they say in this article, preserving that night in time. It's so creepy to think about how like one day she was just unloading her groceries and then she like got taken out the game, you know? That's a little bit scary. Trespassers have reported finding old magazines and books, canned food, again in the other woman's house. But everybody has canned food, to be fair. I don't think that that's like a coincidence. I feel like that's a staple in everybody's house, and cleaning supplies. Rumor has it that unwrapped presents were found sitting under a Christmas tree left standing in one of the rooms. That's actually so sad. Today, the house is stripped completely to its studs, a perfect starting point for anyone looking to remodel the home's 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 3rd floor ballroom. How snazzy! Even better, the listing states that the property will come with exquisite plans designed by world-renowned architect Richard Landry that have been submitted to the city. The Los Feliz murder house is for sale if you're ready to take on a project that can result in a gorgeous living space. Aw. So this one, the home obviously isn't still there. It's down to its studs, as the article said. But that's definitely a very tragic story, and I feel so bad about the little unwrapped Christmas presents. That makes me want to shed a tear or two. So the last one we're going to get to today is called the Dakota, and it is in New York. New Yorkers may recognize this historic Central Park apartment building's iconic mix of architectural styles, while Beatles fans recognize it because of its history. Okay, so this has something to do with the Beatles. I don't know anything about this yet. Along with being the residence of John Lennon and Yoko Ono, it was the place where Lennon was fatally shot by Mark David Chapman in 1980. The more you know. Wow, that's crazy. No wonder it's haunted, though. Throughout the building's existence, residents and staff have claimed sightings of a little girl, a crying lady, and Lennon. However, supposed hauntings and an alleged curse won't keep buyers away from the luxurious 9-room apartment for sale inside the building. The residence features 12-foot ceilings, original moldings, and city views from floor-to-ceiling windows. You may even have a famous neighbor. I mean, literally, I feel like that's the attraction of it, right? Is that you could literally have the ghost of John Lennon in your place, or your neighbor, apparently. Past residents include Lauren Bacall, Judy Garland, and Bono. Yoko Ono still lives in the Dakota today. Aw, interesting. But even if you love the available listings and can afford the hefty price tag, there's one thing that may keep you from moving in: the co-op board. Upon receiving your application and background check results, this group of people decides whether you can live in the Dakota, and they're apparently scarier than any spirit haunting the building. Damn, that sucks. The board has a history of being choosy and has rejected celebrities such as Madonna. Not Madonna. You don't reject Madonna. Alex Rodriguez, Cher too. Damn, they're really fucking around with this one. And Billy Joel. So whatever co-op board has against Madonna and Cher, they have against me too. Obviously, I'm just kidding. But that's interesting. I'd be interested to hear, like, why they rejected them, because obviously, in my mind, it's like celebrities get whatever they want. So that's very interesting that such big names got rejected from living there. But yes, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Let me know your favorite haunted house. I still think what was it called? The Katie Holmes, I think it was. No, sorry. It was the Kate Shepherd house. So I don't know where I got Katie Holmes. But anywho, I think that was still my favorite, but I did actually like the little murder house as well. I think I don't like it, but it's interesting. So yeah, definitely let me know your favorite haunted house and which one would you buy out of all of these. Which one would you actually live in? I feel like if I had to choose, it would be the apartment building because it doesn't sound like malicious at all or too scary. And it's an apartment, so I feel like it's smaller and there's less places for ghosts to hide, if you know what I mean. But yeah, let me know your opinions. If you're on YouTube, obviously you can always comment. And if not, if you're a listener, you can go to my TikTok. It is just at allthingsghostly. You can send me a message. You can comment on one of my TikToks, whatever you want to do to let me hear your opinions. I want to hear them. And then also you can email me. My email is allthingsghostlybusiness@gmail.com. And along with that, you can email me your personal paranormal stories. I am so interested in hearing what you guys have gone through with the paranormal. And I want to know. So definitely email me in your stories. And if you don't have an email or you don't want to email it, I also do have a Reddit community page. It is All Things Ghostly. You can comment it there. Or again, if you ever want to like message me on TikTok or the Reddit, or I do have an Instagram as well. It's also All Things Ghostly. Definitely do it. Just any way you can get a hold of me. Let me know your paranormal experiences because I am dying to know. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and I will see you in my next one. I've been doing little like sneak previews in some of my episodes as to what the next episode is going to be. And the next episode is going to be a classic, just random Reddit ghost stories. And I'm excited because we have some very good stories lined up. So yes, I will see you in that episode. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, I can't wait to see you in the next one. So make sure you come back for future episodes and you stick around for a while in All Things Ghostly Land because I'm pretty cool around here, you know. Anywho, all right guys, I will see you in that next one. Goodbye.